Today we will be talking about how to play CULTivate from Pops and Bijou Games. In this game you will play as a cult leader working to recruit followers to fill your compound. Setup. To set up the game, each player will be dealt a double-sided compound board. Starting with the player who gathered the group together, players will take turns choosing which character they would like to play as and selecting which of their characters' 3 agendas they would like to pursue. If you were able to end the game with the correct followers positioned in the pattern pictured on your agenda sheet, you will be awarded the corresponding bonus points. Note that you do not need to complete your character agenda, it is merely bonus points. Once you've selected your character agenda, you can choose which side of your double-sided compound board you would like to use. Finally, you will deal out the cards. Remove the 5 undercover investigation cards from the deck and shuffle before dealing out 4 cards to each player. Add 3 undercover investigation cards into the deck and shuffle again. For a more challenging game, use 4 or 5 undercover investigation cards instead of 3. Place the deck face down in the middle of the playing area to serve as the draw pile. You will also place the follower meeples in reach of all players. Use all 91 meeples for a 5-player game. For a 4-player setup, you will remove 2 of each color follower, not including the investigators. For a 2 to 3-player setup, you will remove 4 of each color, not including the investigators. Now you are ready to play. Gameplay. On your turn, you will take one of the following 3 actions. Play a card from your hand, discard any number of cards, or exchange followers from your compound board for followers from the supply. Follower placement. As you place followers on your compound board, you will start in the top row and work downward through the column. You may place followers in any column in your compound as long as you are always placing your follower meeples in the topmost empty space of the column. Followers may be exchanged or stolen from a column, leaving empty spaces above placed meeples. You must always fill these empty spaces before continuing to fill spaces below them. Investigators. When a player draws an undercover investigation card, they must immediately place an investigator from the supply in their compound. Investigators prevent the cult leader from placing any follower meeples below it, therefore blocking that column. Investigators may be removed by giving up 4 points worth of followers. They can also be moved to opponents' compounds using the Sabotage Arrival and Force a Deal cards. You may also move them around within your compound using the Assign a New Task card. Investigators are worth -4 points at the end of the game if they are not removed from your compound. Locked spaces and powers. The last row of your board has 4 colored spaces called locked spaces. These must be filled using a follower of the matching color and symbol. Once you have filled a locked space with a follower of the corresponding color, you will be able to activate the power listed under that column. Followers placed in these spaces are then locked in and cannot be moved by any player, including yourself. Making exchanges. In order to fulfill your agenda or fill locked spaces, you may want to make exchanges. When making an exchange, gained followers must be placed following normal placement rules. There are 4 types of exchanges that you can make. First, a 1-for-1 exchange allows you to give up 1 follower from your compound to gain a new follower of the same point value. Second, a multiple-for-1 exchange allows you to exchange a combination of followers to gain 1 follower of equal point value. Third, a 1-for-multiple exchange allows you to give up 1 follower to gain multiple followers of equal point value. Finally, an investigator removal exchange allows you to remove an investigator from your compound board by giving up 4 points worth of followers from your compound. The followers, along with the investigator, are returned to the supply and no followers are gained back in this type of exchange. Ending the game. When a cult leader has completely filled their compound, they trigger the end of the game. All remaining players will take 1 final turn. Note that a compound is not considered filled if it has an investigator in it. All players will score their points to determine a winner. Points are scored by adding followers' point values, bonus points for completed agendas, bonus points for filling compound boards, and bonus points for fulfilling the hijack power. For further info about CULTivate, be sure to review the rulebook or contact us at info@popsbijou.com. Happy playing!